Okay, let's get it. Perfect show. He's back.
I'm back.
This time I cleared up enough space so it would record. Let's get it. My man Asante, aka Bear Work.
Yep.
If you want to introduce yourself.
Asante from Charlotte. Live in Atlanta now. AKA Bear Work. I do a lot of things. All legal.
Okay. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah, we're here.
And before we get into the discussion, because ultimately today we're talking about Juneteenth, and it's my former roommate. We were roommates for about 3 years.
Yeah.
Got along perfectly. Great conversations, and we always said, man, I wish the world could hear these conversations and see them. And here we are.
Now it's here.
The manifestation. Here we are. So one thing, as he knows best, I was a history major in college. Got a history degree, taught 8th grade. I know degrees are bullshit to a lot of people, so I just said it's a waste of time. But I'm letting you know, I care about this. I'm saying that to let you know I really care about this. And we graduated in 2013. I was about to say we. Hey, everyone has different timelines.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, you're an engineering major, you know? I was a history major.
You got to take those classes 2-3 times.
Understandably.
Yeah.
And so one thing, my concentration was America 1776 to present. And so the thing I love the most is the Civil War in that time when I was in college. As time has elapsed since then, I've just grown to learn more as the internet has evolved and, you know, social media has evolved. And I've just come to really become, that was a lot of comes. I have arrived at this place where I am I'm very passionate about the 13th Amendment. Because I think, I mean, first off, if you read it, it says slavery, this is, what do you call it? Paraphrasing. Had a little wine, y'all. Letting y'all know I'm not a fool, okay? Just had a little wine. But it basically says slavery is hereby abolished, except those who are duly convicted of a crime. So to me, when I hear that, I'm like, okay, Chick-fil-A serves chicken every day. Except Sunday. So they don't serve chicken every day. That'd be like somebody saying, yo, Chick-fil-A is open every day except Sunday. It's like, oh, so it's not open every day then. So if you tell me slavery is hereby abolished except those who commit crimes, it's not abolished.
Still slaves.
Still slaves. You just have to be a criminal. So then we get into the discussion of,
You have to be duly convicted of a crime.
yes. Can you describe what that means? Paraphrasing.
You have to be either found guilty or choose to plead guilty to a crime that you may or may not have committed.
Right. Because I'm glad you brought the word plea, because once you get into plea bargains.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Yeah. And it's, but that, like you said, that's a whole conversation that I don't want to get away from the focus of. Yeah. But long story short, today I really wanted to highlight this newfound holiday. And I say newfound, not that it's new. I mean, Juneteenth happened June 19th, 1865. The last slaves were freed in Galveston, Texas. 170 days later, on December 6th, 1865, the 13th Amendment was ratified. And so, like I said, we have this newfound holiday where all of a sudden Juneteenth is a thing. And it seems very interesting to me that it's happening at the same time that people who are full of melanin seem to be consciously awakening. And so for somebody like me, you know, I don't delve into a lot of topics because if I don't know something on something, I try to speak on it. That's how you look like a fool, especially on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to this, damn it, it's something I really want to talk about, because when I hear Juneteenth phrased as this ended slavery, I mean, a piece of me almost dies every time. So I want to know your opinion on how, like, what's your opinion on Juneteenth?
So you did just give the disclaimer. You don't like to do a whole lot of speaking on stuff that you don't know about. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a disclaimer out. I'm versed on the 13th Amendment, and I don't want to take it too much further than that because I don't want to,
Right.
I don't want to be out here looking like a fool. But just my opinion on the subject in Juneteenth specifically. That's what you asked about. It's very interesting, and I'm very big on. This might be a little tangent, it might not be. I'm real big on the media and narratives and smoke and mirrors. And it's interesting because I can always see the smoke, but I don't know what they're trying to cover up. But I can see the smoke.
Right. But right.
You'll never know what the smoke is there for, but if you can see the smoke, you halfway there. But I say all that to say, Juneteenth used to be something that was kind of like, I almost put it in the Kwanzaa box.
That was well put. Yes.
Yeah, it's like you got a handful of black people that kind of know about it. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and there was always a Juneteenth festival in
Really?
Charlotte. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad would always play drums.
Them Africans, man. He's Ghanaian. Them Africans, they be ahead of time because I did not know Juneteenth was a thing about 3 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, man. Every year, my dad would play the drums at the Juneteenth festival. And so, so like I said, I put it in that Kwanzaa box because, honestly, I didn't even know what it was before. I went until we were roommates that I really got introduced to the true meaning of it and really got introduced to the 13th Amendment and what it says and what it doesn't say. And so I always thought Juneteenth was this, like, I keep saying I put it in the Kwanzaa box. I thought it was along the same lines. I thought it was like this African American like celebration. I didn't know what it was. But like you said, in recent times, this quote unquote woke time, if you will, people are becoming more and more, I put this in quotations, aware of what Juneteenth is or what it's presented as. And I gotta say, it's dangerous because until you do your digging, do your Googles, do your research, which you probably won't because it's just something that you hear about, you won't really care about, or until you come across this interview, this convo, you might have come across a post. Oh yeah, Juneteenth, we're celebrating, the slavery ending, or you might come across some Juneteenth themed ice cream or some damn Juneteenth themed Vaseline.
That's more offensive than the ice cream.
Have you seen the Vaseline?
No, but that offends me more because not all black people eat ice cream, but damn near all black people use Vaseline.
And you know that he's gonna pick up that bottle, man, with the black people on it. Oh, they got black people on the Vaseline. Let's get that. These are the kind of things that frustrate me the most, man.
That's why we're here, man. Speak on it. People, because I want people to know what the everyday black man, how he feels about. Well, how do you feel about Juneteenth? Because I put it like this: I work with a decent number of people of European descent.
From the
And mountains. So I, when 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 I and this isn't speaking for all of them, but I have encountered people who I feel like kind of put us all in a box, which I get because sometimes I put all white people into certain boxes. So I get it. I get it. It's human nature. So I feel like we're blessed to have a platform to be able to see niggas using word like platform. I ain't never used that word in my goddamn life. We have a platform now, you know what I'm saying, to speak how you feel. And so I feel like this is a great time for somebody like you to speak. Well, how do you feel about Juneteenth? You know, do you get excited about it? You know,
I don't. It's almost like Black History Month's bad little cousin or something. It's like what is this, man?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Shit.
Like, what are y'all trying to do? Like, this is thanks but no thanks. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need this. What is this?
The wine just hit me as you said that. Thank you. Praise God. Yeah, the Spirit of God just hit me. Yes. That's it feels. This is what pissed me off. My nephew, he's 7. Bright young child. For his birthday, it's funny, his birthday is August 28th, which is the same day that Martin Luther King had his I Have a Dream speech. August 28th, 1963. In the book, in this book, I sat there and watched him read it out loud because he's learning how to read. The book says Abraham Lincoln freed slaves with the Emancipation Proclamation. And I'm like, bro, what? Because I think to myself, okay, the Emancipation Proclamation, it's weird. Because remember when we were younger, that was almost like the original, like, this freed the slaves. But now somehow people have realized that's bullshit. It didn't happen because the Emancipation Proclamation, he dropped the shit January 1st, 1863. The Civil War started in April of 1861 and ended in April of 1865. So you mean to tell me if I'm beefing with you, the North is beefing with the South, and Abraham Lincoln says, hey, y'all stop doing that slavery shit. It's like, bitch, we fighting your ass. Shut the fuck up. Ain't nobody listening to your ass, Abe. So I'm glad that over time that the Emancipation Proclamation and its bullshit has gone away. But now, like you said, Juneteenth seems to be the next Band-Aid, the next Black History Month. Yeah. And it's like, stop. Like, it infuriates me because it's like, you're literally telling people a lie. When you really line up the dates, it's like, I always break it down in this analogy. Juneteenth happened, Galveston, Texas, June 19th, 1865. So we'll start here. This is June. We all know June comes before December. So imagine your mom in June saying, you know what? No more punishment for you at all. It's over with. This is your last punishment. June 19th, mark this day. And it's like, hell yeah, nigga. Hey, we free. I ain't never getting punished no more. Now imagine your dad coming in 6 months, actually less than 6 months later, 170 days later, December 6th, and saying, you know what? No more punishment for you. Except if you get a D or lower on your report card. Hello, nigga, punishment's up for grabs. Yeah. There's no debating that. Yeah. And so it's like, but I get it. Like, I've reached a point now, and you helped me as being a roommate for years. You helped me calm down and realize that, you know what? It's blessed to be able to have information and the knowledge and the awareness of things that people in everyday walks of life just wouldn't come across unless they lived my life. And so, like I say, as a history major, like, and not just because when you're a history major, you still have concentrations. My concentration could have been fucking European history. You know what I'm saying? Medieval times, some weird shit. But I hate that shit. Don't ask me when. All I can tell you is when World War I and II started and finished. I don't know who fought. I know Hitler was in World War II. I know a nigga got shot in 1910 to spark the fucking World War I. Outside of that shit, I don't care. What happened on this soil? What happened to my people? And so I feel like I'm blessed to be able to even have a mind that cares about that shit. And so when I see now that, like I said, when in 2016, nobody was talking Juneteenth, except for people in Charlotte. Your daddy was on them drums. Your daddy bet on them drums. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, stop telling people a lie. Juneteenth did not. Okay, if we want to say it ended slavery, that's fine for 170 days.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna be right, just like W.E.B. Du Bois, he's French, like he said, there was a brief moment in the sun. Yeah, we were free for 170 days.
Yeah. And you said it earlier. I think this is going to be another one of those Emancipation Proclamation situations. And now is the time for people to find out what's what. It's unfortunate, like you said, a whole nother rabbit hole we'd have to go down. Public education system. It's it's unfortunate that that's what's written in the books and that's what's presented, but fortunately we have the internet now, and if you want information, it's out there for you.
This is true.
So yeah, it's I'd say for the average person, black person specifically right now, some people probably still don't know what Juneteenth is. I'm just giving you my perspective now. Seeing Instagram posts, I could imagine that it's been presented to a lot of people by now, but now it's time to get presented. Now it's time to present it in the correct format, and to let people know, like, hey, like, this isn't what it. Nah. Yeah. That's not the full story. That's not the full story that you're being told. And like you said, that 13th Amendment, man, that's the real message here. Yeah. Like, accept. That is like, if it weren't for the internet, like, who would know that it says that? That I'm sorry, y'all. That 6-letter word, literally 6 letters. But when you think about it, in 1865, well, reading didn't become legal for everyone until the 1870s. So when you write it down in a book, but niggas can't read, of course. They'll never know. But not today. We have the internet, guys. Right. We have the internet and we have this show. Because this please, let this be one piece of the puzzle to connect and say, stop. It's not. Juneteenth ended slavery for 170 days. 4,080 hours. Let's break it down, man. Let's break it down. Juneteenth is nothing to celebrate. Yeah, and it's funny because I've been teetering. It's funny because Tony, the boss, he been asking me the past few days. He keeps asking me the same question. So should black people celebrate Juneteenth? No. And I'm like, I want to say yes, but 99% of me wants to say no. And then I'm gonna say the 1% is gonna say, I'm gonna look into the camera. If you're gonna celebrate it, celebrate 170 days. I'm willing to write down 4,080 hours. That's how long slavery was illegal for in the United States. You need seconds? To me, that's not something to celebrate. It ain't. It's not. And like I said, the 13th Amendment is the big underlying factor in this whole thing. If slavery were actually illegal, which it isn't, but if it were actually illegal and that was the day it became illegal, then that would be something to celebrate. I don't think it's anything to be celebrated. Thank you. It's almost it's almost like celebrating a championship. You got 0.6 seconds on the clock and you celebrating before that other team hits that buzzer beater. Right. Yes, exactly. We were down 2 and it's like, yo, you remember what's his name hit that 3? That's a goal by 1. That's what Juneteenth is. Juneteenth is yeah, man, you remember right before they hit that buzzer beater. And we went up. Yeah. That was a great way to put it. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Nobody celebrates that. It's a glorious time. It's a good memory.
A brief moment
I'll
in the
never
sun.
forget. And I don't let me misquote. I know you know that Carolina.
Oh, Carolina, man, listen. That is the perfect analogy. Yo, that hurt my heart.
That was a spicy night, man.
2016 national championship game, college basketball, NCAA championship game. I'm a huge Carolina fan, as he just stated. We're playing Villanova. We should have whooped their ass, but don't get me started. But anyway, we're down 3 with about 5 seconds left. Nate Britt throws a probably wasn't Nate Britt. Somebody throws a pass to Marcus Page. The pass almost gets stolen. We're down 3 now. Championship game. It's about 4 seconds left. He catches it at such a weird angle that he has to like double pump.
Shoots one of the weirdest shots I've ever seen. Looks like a Russell Westbrook layup from the 3-point line.
just crazy. Hits it. It's static. Because mind you, it's the championship game. We were down 3. He hits this crazy shot.
Now, hold on one sec. That's Juneteenth right there.
That's Juneteenth. It's like, yo, remember when Marcus Page hit that shot and tied it up?
That was an amazing moment in sports. Now, when it comes to sports, I'm like a 3 out of 10. You know, I pay attention to some big games. I got some memories. I used to play football and golf. Nowhere near this guy. He's a 10. I'm a 3. I remember that moment. That was glorious.
It was a glorious moment.
That was a crazy shot, man.
However, there were about 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock, and Villanova went down and hit a game winner. And I stared at the TV. But the moral of the story is, we lost.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, that is the perfect analogy.
That Marcus Page 3.
Yes. It's like, yo, hell yeah.
That was if y'all could understand, and for the Carolina fans watching this, y'all feel it. I know y'all remember that moment. The game was sealed with that shot.
Yeah.
That is Juneteenth.
And it's crazy because if you're not, because you're from North Carolina and you went to NC State, but you were rooting for Carolina.
Yeah, my mom went to Carolina. I was born in Tar Heel.
Yeah, she went there. She went to school with Michael Jordan. Just throwing it out there. But like you said, like, it's crazy. Unless you're a Carolina fan or like a huge diehard college basketball fan, you don't remember that shot.
Yeah.
That's how Juneteenth, in my eyes and your eyes apparently, should be. It's like, yo, like, bro, what are we celebrating? Go read the third. It's not legal. I mean, it's not illegal. Chick-fil-A serves chicken every day except Sunday. We get that small concept. So why can't we look at the 13th Amendment and say, hold up, this says slavery is legal except niggas who get punished for crimes. And then you start asking yourself, well, why does America make up less than 7% of the world's population, but more than 20% of the world's prison population? But that's for another convo. But that's one thing. I know we talked about a short convo. We can wrap it up. Shit, we can talk about something else. I was thinking about fasting for another convo. But to wrap this convo up about Juneteenth, one thing a lady said, and it's crazy, it's a white woman, that she said about critical race theory. She said something about that kind of changed my mind on everything. She said, think about it. It's called critical race theory because you present evidence, and the point is to critically look at that evidence and say, damn, what conclusion can I really draw from this? Take away all the smoke and mirrors, like you were saying. Look at the evidence. What can I take away from this? And look at the 13th Amendment. You're going to see that it says slavery is hereby abolished except those who commit crimes and duly convicted. And like I said, you line up the dates. Juneteenth, June 19th, that's why it's called Juneteenth, in Galveston, Texas. Yes, slaves were freed for 170 days. But if Chick-fil-A on June 19th of this year says, yo, we selling chicken every day, nigga, come get this number one. And then in December, they say, we are selling chicken every day.
Except
Sunday. You can't get a number one. Slavery is not abolished. I'm one to go on a limb and say it's the biggest lie in American history, present and future, until it's changed.
Yeah. And I don't think enough people are talking about it. I really don't think enough people are talking about it. Because we keep saying it's a whole nother convo, but a country that's built on slave labor has to continue to function on slave labor.
Right. Right.
So we already got this loophole. Hey, no more slaves, except if they're convicted of a crime. Let's start convicting some people so we can get some more slaves running this place.
Hello. And then you move forward to today and you start talking privately owned prisons.
Man,
Why would I ever need to have a privately owned prison? Why could you and I ever own a prison and then have quotas for beds? How does like
it's a service, a product and a service.
it's wild.
Yeah, man. Y'all go read the 13th Amendment, please. We have the internet now.
Please. Food for the mind is information.
Yeah.
Truth for information.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is great.
Yeah.
Okay. A quick intermission.
Okay.
Okay, let's get. Well, hold on one second. Type in that password. All right. 3, 2, 1.